Hadar, thanks so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
So we're here to talk about your software-defined moment as a technologist when you stopped thinking hardware, started thinking software first.
Yeah, so for me it was probably, I'd probably say about at least 10, 15 years ago. I was working in security. I was managing a pretty large security environment, firewalls, endpoint agents, all that kind of stuff. And I had just heard about this thing that VMware was doing, and back in the day it was called VM Safe. So the predecessor to the predecessor to the predecessor of NSX. And it was really interesting to me because all of a sudden the idea that I don't have to have a physical device to do my security, while everything else was moving to software, everything was becoming virtualized, right? And this is again early days, like we were just starting to virtualize some application. For me, it was like, oh, this makes so much sense, because all of a sudden, you know, the security controls are going to be right with the application. They're going to be in that virtualized stack, and to me, that was a big, like, oh, okay, this makes sense. Because let's be honest, right? A physical firewall is really just software running on a specific piece of hardware. So it's really not that much different than running it in a virtualized software environment. So to me, that was a big deal.
That does, yeah, it's a big deal. What other benefits do you think that virtualization has for security?
You know, it has a lot. Let's just put it that way, right? I mean, I think.
How much time do you have?
How much time do I have? Yeah, we got all day. I think the biggest thing is the proximity to the actual application, right? I mean, it's not hopping in and out of a piece of hardware. It could be tied directly to it, and because of that, you're able to do a lot more interesting things, right? You have a lot more visibility into how the application got spun up, how it's communicating, what are the processes, all that kind of stuff. So I think all that together is going to give you a lot better control and visibility than you have on your traditional models.
So you're out meeting with customers all the time, right? You're in the field.
Yep.
What sort of aha moments have you witnessed with them?
You know, it's interesting, especially for the security folks, right? Because a lot of them are they like the comfort of the blinky lights, as I like to say, right? They like to see the flashing, they like to see it. And this idea of going to software, it takes a bit of convincing sometimes. But I think a lot of them, I think the aha moment comes when we go, okay, you guys have virtualized, let's say 70% of your environment, which most customers have by now, right? And some of them are up to 90 to 100. And I asked them, so what's your control and visibility like in that environment? And majority of them who have never seen our products and understand say 0. It's just a big black hole. I don't know what happens. And they're like, I'm like, well, what if I could show you all the trappings on there? What if you can control it there? What if I can, you know, provide you east-west traffic visibility, right? Which nobody can do on a typical VLAN-backed, you know, physical hardware, right? I mean, to do what we can do is actually, if you think about it, it's what we do in the cloud now, right? If you look at the cloud deployment models now, by default, east-west traffic is specifically enabled or disabled. In corporate environments, that's not something we could have ever done until we came along. So those are some of the moments that customers are like, I can do that? That's there, and so for them it's a big deal.
And looking forward, is there anything that you're excited about? I mean, we're at VMworld. There were a few announcements around adaptive microsegmentation at VMworld US.
Right.
What do you think what sort of implication does that have on security?
I think it's a step in the right direction. I think as much as we all love our firewalls, a firewall is just like a door in a house, right? You're just opening and closing the door because you know who the guests are coming in or the guests are coming out. You're not like patting them down, trying to figure out exactly what they're carrying in their briefcase, right? We're not to that level. We're not TSA security at the house.
Thankfully.
But we need to get to that point, right? We need to kind of really get deeper into the application, have a tighter connection to the application, the data, how it's communicating, all that, right? That next level. And I think we're taking the step in the right direction. It's going to be a while till we get to an even more secure world. I don't know if we'll ever get there, but I think we're going the right way.
So if someone that's watching this is not attending VMworld or they did not attend VMworld, where can they go to learn more? I know you're manning the hands-on labs.
I'm a big advocate of hands-on lab, right? So our hands-on lab, hol.vmware.com. You can find all our products, all the labs, and we have, I don't know, I think this year we have maybe 84 different labs. I mean, we cover everything from vSphere getting started to PKS to NSX to There's even a cloud health lab this year.
Oh, wow.
Even though we just bought them, there's already a lab.
Nice.
So I love that. We do have replays of course, VMworld, so you can watch sessions if you missed them. But there's a lot of good data out there. So
Hadar, thank you so much.
All right, pleasure having. Thank you.
When you're ready to make your tech confession, join us at techconfessionstheshow.com.